Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 and another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. Today we are back with the Qatar Grand Prix. Didn't go so well last time we were here. Obviously we've got a sprint race and feature race to get through today. We're in a little bit of a pickle financially, and certainly with the amount of components we've got left for this season, so just going to have to keep a little eye on that as we go through the next few episodes. I think the cost cap is going to be just about okay. Last I know, we were 60,000 in the black. We're not going to be able to do any sort of car research or anything until the end of the year. It's just a byproduct of the season we've had. Multiple multi-million dollar crashes, and yeah, it's not been ideal, but hopefully going into next year we will be in an okay position to take the prize money that we get from this year and invest it forward. We're not going to have to do as many facility upgrades and that sort of thing. I think that's what's really hit us this year. But leave a like if you are enjoying the series. It would be great if we could get back to those 100 likes per video levels. It would be amazing. It only takes a couple of seconds, but really does help out the channel. But without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into the action and get ourselves ready for this Qatar Grand Prix. First things first, both cars have stuff to change on both cars. We are going to have to go to an older chassis spec for Yuki Tsunoda, and I think an older front wing spec as well. So yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble, and yeah, an older suspension as well. But you know, it was silly crashes last time out that cost us there. In terms of drivers, obviously we've got a couple of drivers possibly leaving the team at the end of the year. I am giving them a little bit longer before we decide on what to do. Adam Kenyon, we are going to more than likely be replacing him, and Gaetan Diego as well. I would imagine that that's what's going to happen. So let's push forward then, and we'll see where we get up to. So yeah, got low stock of those, but there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, so Peter Promadou, scouting complete. Don't have any idea about his contract, annoyingly. But let's see. Let's see if we can do it. We have no idea what his salary is, so I'm just going to go for 1.5 million out, straight out the blocks. Nice. Okay. It's fine by me. Fine by me. He's happy with all of that. Oh! Buyout fee 6.4 million. Let's leave that negotiation. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet in terms of who we get and when. Aaron Melvin could be somebody we get in for maybe a year. Yeah, maybe that's what we do. It's actually going to be so much more expensive, isn't he, than the other guy? But I don't want that to go towards our cost cap. He does actually still want quite a bit of money here. crazy. I guess, is it because it's only 1 year? And he's happy with that. That's fine. Okay, so we will get Aaron Melvin in for next season. That's fine. Okay, we've sorted that one. And Guyton Diego, we know that we are potentially going to look at getting rid of him. Okay, cool. Right, continue on then. ERS poor condition, we know that that's the case. Yep. That's fine. Okay, race prep. Let's get ourselves into it. So they want us to reach Q2 as a minimum. Yeah, we will actually put in some promises for this race. Both drivers finish 15th or higher for the next 5 Grand Prix. That all looks good. Right, let's get ourselves into it then. Here we go.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Lusail International Circuit is a speed demon, fast and flowing with a long main straight, one that's sure to see plenty of overtaking action. As a desert track, Lusail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track.
This time, teams have 2 races to contend with, as a sprint race will decide the starting order for the weekend's Grand Prix.
Now let's get the weekend underway.
Okay then, let's get ourselves into the weekend. Obviously a sprint weekend, so I'll see you for Q1 very shortly.
It's time to determine starting positions for the sprint race, here in qualifying.
In a format familiar to our drivers, 3 parts of qualifying will decide who sits where on the sprint race grid. A good performance today will give them a real advantage for the rest of the weekend.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Okay then, straight into qualifying. Alex Albon actually had to retire from that because his gearbox ran out of juice. He's literally onto his last gearbox now. There are no more gearboxes for Alex Albon. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Right. Yeah, we'll be happy with that. That's the setup we've gone for so far. It's looking okay. It should be in a good place once we've completed Q1. That means that they are going to be on pretty low confidence going into it, but we'll give it our best as always. You know the drill by now. So let's get ourselves into Q1. Here we go. Right, Albon straight out there, and then Tsunoda out there as well. Need to build up that confidence nice and quick. Oh, Albon's gone wide. Right, need to bring him in then. On this lap, Tsunoda's gone quickest onto a 123.7.
Okay.
Don't think that's going to be a fabulous time. Just going to send Albon straight out there again. Let's see what we can do on the scrub set. So we're down to P5 currently. Albon over the line and
P10.
yeah, still
Okay, let's
slowest of everybody.
Okay.
So a bit of a problem there. I suppose they were tyres that he'd had a spin on, so you weren't likely to be going any quicker, really. So I think Albon needs to head out there again while the track's pretty quiet. Get another lap in. Yeah, should have no trouble with traffic this time. So let's head on board with him. And there he comes round the final corner then. Let's have a look at where Alex Albon will end up. He's over the line. And it's a 1:23.4, which does pop him above his teammate up into P6. I think that will probably be enough to get through to Q2. So we'll let him come back to the pits and we'll get Tsunoda out there. Yeah, Tsunoda's now going to have to be actually pretty quick on his out lap. It's got 16 seconds or so. Actually, going to take manual control so that he gets round in time.
I'm happy to lean more on the tires.
Okay.
And I think he should be fine. So let's see where he ends up here.
Let's take the flag.
He's actually going slower than he did last time. So Tsunoda up to the line to 23.7, and no improvement for him, but it is P10 in the end for Yuki. Lance Stroll quickest in Q1, but both drivers look like they can get through to Q3. Right, 86% on that. Yeah, not really a great deal we can do about that one. 90% for Tsunoda, but it's probably about as good as we can hope for. Right, I'm thinking scrub tyre run. Yeah. Both drivers. At the start of Q2, we'll get Tsunoda out there first.
That's good.
And then Albon. Get them through their first lap. So we're looking for something in the low 23s, really, to get through. Tsunoda, 24.8, wow.
P1.
Yeah.
Go in.
24.0 for Albon. And that just shows
Okay, P4.
what traffic can do for you.
Okay, good lap. Okay, Alex. That's that run done, so go switch in.
Yeah.
So, very annoying. Hulkenberg's going slower than Albon there. So we'll have to wait till the very last moments to unleash our boys. That looks good to me. Nice bit of clear track for both of them. Although Alonso might overtake them both. Don't think Stroll will, so it's just going to be a case of Tsunoda having to get past Fernando Alonso on this lap.
That's chicken flag.
And there is Fernando Alonso. Didn't look too bad that first sector, but it's a yellow first sector for both of them so far. Let's see the middle sector. Yellow for Albon, green for Tsunoda. I don't think Albon's going to manage it here. Albon coming around the final corner now. He heads up to the line. Is it going to be good enough? Nope. 24-4 for Albon. He's out of qualifying. Tsunoda up to 7th, though. Brilliant time from him. He gets himself into the Q3 shootout. Carlos Sainz is out of qualifying 2 as well, which is a shocker for him. Gasly for Alpine as well. So, yeah, a bit of an opportunity for Tsunoda to maybe qualify ahead of both Mercedes cars again and have a good starting position. He's really putting in some good performances towards the end of the year. Stating his case of why he should be in the car next year instead of Alex. So send him straight out on some scrub softs. And we'll see what you can do here. 23.8, so that's pretty decent. Quicker than Perez currently. I'm saving some soft tyres for the sprint and the feature race. Norris slowest of all. So can Tsunoda qualify in the Mercedes cars? There he goes. Will have no trouble with traffic. So here he goes then. This is going to be the absolute best of Yuki Tsunoda this weekend. DRS nicely open. He's last man. Almost last man over the line. I think Stroll is going to be the last man over the line. Yeah, green first sector. That's exactly what you want to see. If we can have 3 greens, that'll be absolutely perfect. And might get him up into 8th position. Hamilton over the line. He's only 6th. What about Russell? Russell's about to head over the line now. Does he usurp him? No, he doesn't. 2 green sectors for Tsunoda so far. It's looking good for at least P8, maybe P7 here as he flies around the final corner. A bit of a distant tour from Lando Norris. Norris is up to the line. What can he manage? Does he go above Tsunoda? No, he doesn't. Tsunoda over the line. Where does he go? He goes up to 8th, ahead of Esteban Ocon. And that's a very strong starting position for him in tomorrow's race. Absolutely brilliant from the Japanese driver. And after some penalties, he might find himself even higher. Okay, I'll see you guys for the sprint then.
This weekend, it's something a little bit different, as the Grand Prix grid is decided by more racing in today's eagerly anticipated sprint. The sprint kicks off the racing action for the weekend, a 100-kilometre battle to set the grid for the Grand Prix.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
But just who will be the fastest around Losail? We'll find out in today's sprint.
Okay then, let's have a little look at what we're going to do. I mean, we can go for softs or mediums. Really doesn't matter. I think we went mediums last year and thoroughly regretted it. Obviously, you can't attack at all. On the softs, but yeah, I don't think it's actually worth it to go on to the mediums. So yeah, let's go softs with both drivers. We're going to be attacking from the off. Obviously, this is setting the grid for tomorrow, so let's get ourselves into it.
The sprint today sees the drivers tackle 19 laps of the Losail International Circuit.
It's a fast track here in Qatar. Expect to see the pack fight it out, trading places to improve their chances of scoring more championship points.
A sprint victory.
Here we go then. Oh my god, they
right
look like they were squaring off.
We're ready
Good
for the
start,
sprint.
is it? But here we
Here
go.
in Qatar.
Fernando Alonso on pole position, of course, and it's lights out. Away we go. for this Qatar sprint. Alonso off the grid well. Leclerc is ahead of Lance Stroll, but Stroll has the inside line into turn 1. We did have a big incident at turn 1, I believe, last time we were here, but Leclerc still side by side with Lance Stroll through this first sector, but Stroll managing to hold off. Leclerc is in 3rd, then Verstappen is in 4th with Perez 5th, Russell 6th, then Lewis Hamilton in 7th, followed by Yuki Tsunoda in P8. But Esteban Ocon, who could be his replacement next year, goes down the inside and gets through. Tsunoda responds very tidily there. Right, let's get the ERS battle assist on for both drivers.
You need. Copy.
And Albon currently up to 12th, so good start from him. And he'll be looking to get Lando Norris here. Did everybody go softs? Yes, they did. And obviously, we do have more softs than most out there. And this could be a chance for Alex Albon to get himself past Lando Norris here. We're just going to reduce Albon down to aggressive, but Hamilton going a little wide there. Chance for Tsunoda. Yeah, and, you know, generally we have had a bit more pace than the Mercedes at recent Grand Prix. And Tsunoda definitely trying to get himself past. As Hamilton drops out the 1 second window, that's not going to help him towards the end of this lap. And here we go then. I'm going to be deploying ERS with the DRS now. And Tsunoda is through.
Yep.
Very nicely done.
Main focus, time management, please. Copy.
Right. Okay. Let's zoom it through. Can Tsunoda get himself towards George Russell? Oh, need to get him back onto neutral now. Yep, Albon should be able to make the move down this straight. DRS open. Can't quite pull it off. Tsunoda, meanwhile, stays in front of Lewis Hamilton. And, yep, you can see lots of the guys have ate through their tyres towards the front of the race. Tsunoda currently up in 7th. That'd be a good starting position for tomorrow. Gets us a couple of points in the championship as well. Well, there goes Ocon past Lewis Hamilton. I don't think it'll be long before he's past Tsunoda at that rate. And just looking to tie away. Albon in a slightly better position as all but Ocon does make it past Tsunoda. And we know Carlos Sainz will be next, so here goes Carlos Sainz. Nope, not making it through just yet. But definitely a sprint where I think we need to just look after our tyres a little bit here. Well, Albon is past Hamilton now as well, as Pierre Gasly has ran wide. Albon not too far behind his teammate now. So good race pace shown from our boys so far. Okay, let's keep zooming it through. Albon now defending from Gasly. It's all very interesting, isn't it? How the tyres have sort of worked out here. The tyres definitely not lasting as long as we thought they might, which is interesting information for tomorrow's race. Yeah, you look at Gasly's tyres, they are dropping off like a stone now. This could be where we find our form here, because look at our tyres compared to most of the top 10. You know, Russell, Ocon, Sainz, we can hopefully catch up to them. Let's look at the interval. 3 seconds at the moment. We need to time our assault here. Albon does seem to have more pace than Yuki. We let him through. Albon 3.5 behind Sainz. Three laps to go. Let's get the ERS going. Wow, everybody's tyres are going to be on the bubble here. And Tsunoda got a puncture in practice once they went under 30%, so need to be very much aware of that. So Albon still 3 seconds behind. Let's attack with him. Let's see if he can get himself towards Sainz. As we head on to the last lap of the race. 2.6 seconds is the gap. It looks like it's going to be 9th and 10th in this sprint race, but it's Lance Stroll leading the way for Aston Martin, Alonso in 2nd, then Charles Leclerc in 3rd, with Verstappen 4th and Perez 5th. Russell is 6th.
Started the last lap.
Then Ocon, then Sainz, and then Albon and Tsunoda at the bottom.
You can afford to drop back. Copy.
Yeah, I think just worth seeing it out now, but definitely worth noting that tyre wear is pretty ridiculous for tomorrow's race. But Stroll wins, and you can see Ocon got a puncture right at the end there, so that's very, very fortunate for him. Albon over the line in 9th, Tsunoda in 10th. I think we've run out of fuel, so that's all good. That's fine.
Check the flag.
But we finish in 9th and 10th. Ooh, that looked like a interesting battle between Hülkenberg and Bottas. And Hülkenberg gets Bottas by the line. Very nice to see that. Okay, right.
Yuki Tsunoda ends up without any points after that sprint.
Not the best result for them, but they're going to have to take this as an opportunity to learn and move on.
But yeah, Albon certainly seemed to have the better car in race trim. We'll see how it goes in the race tomorrow.
Time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Losail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit.
Karun, as far as Williams are concerned, what's the mood in the garage been like this weekend?
It all feels very positive down in the garage. Everything seems in control and morale looks to be very high. The team are gelling well together.
Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see what unfolds here at the Qatar Grand Prix.
Here we go then. Let's get ourselves into the Qatar Grand Prix. Yeah, and as I say, tyre wear being a little bit rough around here. I think soft, medium is probably the way to go. Trying to be a bit more aggressive on those medium tyres close at the end of the Grand Prix. That looks good. So Albon will be starting 7th, Tsunoda in 9th. Can we try and get away with one less stop for Tsunoda? I don't know if that's actually going to be possible today. Apparently it is. It is possible. So why don't we give it a go with Yuki today? I think we are going to have to vary our race strategy a little bit just to, you know, give us an opportunity out there. But yeah, let's give that a go, and we'll see how we get on in this Qatar Grand Prix.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the excitement continues to build as we approach the Qatar Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda will be hoping things go his way today.
They've done well to secure a P9 start, and they'll be keen to convert that into some points.
This should certainly be a good one, folks.
Just because, you know, our long run pace seemed to be a little bit better than the others. Let's see how we get on. Lights out. Away we go, and it's Lance Stroll off to a good start. He's covering straight away from Charles Leclerc, but it's George Russell that's making a good start round the outside. He goes into turn 1, trying to get past Leclerc here. That'll turn into the inside line of turn 2. Then we've got Ocon in P4, followed by Sainz in P5. Then Alex Albon P6, and Yuki Tsunoda currently P7, and looking quite nice there. The two Red Bulls just behind Yuki Tsunoda, and they're both on medium tyres, as well as I think that's Max Verstappen having a little look down the inside. But most people have gone for the medium tyre strategy. Only Leclerc, Albon and Magnussen have actually gone for the soft tyres, but definitely means that Albon
What's the damage?
needs to be a little bit more aggressive with his overtaking to make this strategy work. Otherwise, he's going to be left behind here. Right, ERS Battle Assist. We'll pop that straight on. And there goes Albon down the inside of the final corner. Couldn't quite make it stick for some reason. Yeah, absolutely should be able to here. Yeah, right in the slipstream, which is nice. And now time for Tsunoda to buckle up a little bit. Fully expecting the two Red Bulls to pass Tsunoda. I'll be intrigued to see what Alex Albon can achieve. Yep, DRS active. Gets him closer, but not close enough. Tsunoda, meanwhile, does manage to hold off Perez. Okay, right, let's zoom that forward. Yep, Tsunoda continuing There's good work there. Yeah, Leclerc's tyres very, very worn already. You look at Tsunoda's, they're looking good. So he might actually be able to pull away from Perez a little bit later in the stint. So let's keep an eye on Albon. He's right behind Sainz now. Is he going to be able to make this move stick? Should be able to with DRS. Pulls to the inside, but yellow flag out. That was Nico Hulkenberg. Albon's tyres starting to get a little warm just because he's right behind Sainz here.
So happy to build a gap with temperature.
Yes.
What's on to driving clear air to reduce those tyre temps. Tsunoda doing a cracking job, really helping his teammate as well. Problem for Albon is that the tyres are just running out. How they're doing for Tsunoda? Not so bad, but still not great. So a little look at tyre weight. Yeah, Leclerc really struggling.
The window is open.
Okay.
Yeah, Albon will be coming in. Fairly soon, so it's actually not too bad. If we be aggressive now, try and take the performance out of these tyres as much as we can, and then come in, get onto the fresh rubber and get a bit of an undercut. That's hopefully what's going to happen here. So coming in, a slap.
Alex will box
It
it
should
back.
be next lap, but
Box.
that's fine. Well, Perez did overtake Tsunoda, but then seemed to spin
Now
out.
this is Sergio Perez. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Yeah, went down the inside. Don't think there was any contact.
And that puts them in 13th place now.
Yeah. Then seemed to spin out. That's typical Perez, isn't it? Alright, let's see what Tsunoda's Albon's pit stop can look like. We've struggled with our pit stops recently. That was an okay one though, 1.93 seconds. He's out ahead of Kevin Magnussen. That's a very important move, if you like.
Okay, happy to
Definitely
manage
time
tyre
to
short
deploy
term.
a little bit and push the engine. Now Tsunoda just behind Max Verstappen. Verstappen's tyres actually in a better condition, but remember we are one stopping with Max Verstappen, with Tsunoda, sorry. And there goes Albon, that's Carlos Sainz. Oof. Yeah, nearly made it through. Charles Leclerc has now overtaken Yuki. And Pierre Gasly now has as well. So Tsunoda just losing out a little bit here. But still quite a while until his pit stop, so just keep him out there doing what he's doing for now. So, yeah, this is fine. When is Tsunoda coming in? Soon. I think he has to be aggressive now. His tyres are already past the point of no return. Albon's tyres doing, they're doing fine. So it seems we'll be okay. Come in a lap early onto the hards.
Manage tires. You can be aggressive with overtake usage.
So here he comes then, Yuki Tsunoda into the pit lane. And yes, is in front of Lewis Hamilton. That's kind of where we needed to be with Yuki. And now should be in a place where he can take those hard tyres to the end of the race.
So what DRS?
Okay.
Whereas making a move on him, and it's probably not the worst thing for Yuki to fall behind Perez because they're on different strategies, don't want to really fight him. Okay, right. Looking good. Right, Albon's coming in on lap 37, so we need to keep an eye on that pit window and be aggressive when the time comes. But we're looking fine for now. Tsunoda in P11, just about holding off Hamilton. And yeah, this is quite interesting because there's so many drivers on different strategies. Okay, now's the time to be a bit more aggressive with Albon. So he'll be coming in on lap 37. And he's going on to another set of medium tyres. And he's in. And he's away ahead of Tsunoda. It's down to 13th now. Guessing he's just coming into the pits, so we're 9th and 10th with our drivers currently. Verstappen in the pits, Albon through. Verstappen on a brand new set of soft tyres.
Okay, we are low in the pack.
Copy.
Oh my god, look at Tsunoda's fuel.
We want to leave co, please. Copy.
That's a big problem. Right, let's conserve that and get that under control sooner rather than later. Well, he's got a 10-second gap. Yep, Albon looking at about right on his tyres. I know tyre temps aren't great for him, but he should be okay. And there goes Albon down the inside of Gasly. He's through, or was through. Not now. I think Tsunoda should be okay now. Yep, Albon finally through on Gasly. So let's have a little look. So Russell's somebody that's only one stopped, as is Stroll. We have a few soft tyre runners ahead. Yeah, Albon needs to switch to standard now because his tyres aren't going to last. Tsunoda passed by Perez. Just needs to stick with it for now. Tsunoda's tyres not lasting at all, are they? Oh my word. How on earth has that happened? Well, Tsunoda might have to come into the pits here. Or is he just going to survive till the end of the race? I think that's what he's going to have to do with 6 laps to go here. Yeah, his tyres are just dropping like a stone. We've done nothing to these tyres. Started off fine. It was about halfway through the stint, and yeah, I am noticing that actually.
Back on tire 1 capacity, please. Copy, box.
Yeah, I think Tsunoda, if we can just tell him to maybe avoid high risk curbs, he'll be okay. Should finish P11.
We're not happy with fuel. Copy.
Yep.
We start Lyco. Copy.
Let's be as aggressive as we can with Sonoda to try and hold position. We can push with Albon.
Left in case.
Okay.
See what he can pull off. And he get a fastest lap or something. You never know.
And it's a win today.
But it's Lance Stroll that wins ahead of Charles Leclerc in second. Ocon finishes third for Alpine. That's a huge result for them. And well, Albon's going to come over the line in P8 for us. It's a very, very good race for Alpine overall. But Albon, over the line he goes. It's not bad. It's a 26-1 to finish off. One of the quickest laps out there. Sonoda still pushing. And will finish ahead of Lewis Hamilton. In the end, he'll finish P11. So there he goes, up to the line. Good in qualifying, but Albon outperformed him in the race.
Look at reducing the lift and core. Okay.
And it is a P8 and P11 for our drivers. I think we'd have probably took that at the start of the weekend. Another 4 points in the bank, but I think Alpine will overtake us.
Race, but there's Kevin Magnussen coming back.
At the end of that, it's a 15th place finish.
And here we see another career podium for Canada's Lance Stroll.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
And that picture right there brings together the podium finishes for the Qatar Grand Prix.
Well, absolutely brilliant from Lance Stroll once again. He could have really seriously been in the title challenge this season. I think that's his 4th win of the year, but he's something like 6th in the championship. It's pretty crazy.
No doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race. But how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
So then, our time in Losail is now up.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.
Okay, so there you have it then. Let's have a look at the effect on the Drivers' Championship. Albon 4 points to the good, 10 points ahead of Sonoda now. Charles Leclerc moves up to 2nd in the championship, 15 points ahead of Perez now, which is very, very interesting. Max Verstappen all but secured this year's championship. Fernando Alonso is currently 4th, decently ahead of his teammate Lance Stroll. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, there you go. 4 race wins and 2 sprint wins for him, which I think is, you know, second only to Max Verstappen, but he's 5th in the championship. It's not great, really. Into the constructors then, and there you go. Alpine do take over 5th position. And I think that's going to be that. I don't think we're going to be able to compete with Alpine from now until the end of the year. But 6th would still be a very good achievement for the team. Fastest pit stops. Well, we were back into the top 10, actually. 5th place for Alex Albon. 10 points more in the championship. We're going to finish 2nd in that one by the looks of it, which is good. So yeah, very, very happy with all of that. Right, £3.6 million brought back into the team in profit. We're certainly going to have a healthy bank balance going into season 3. Whether we meet the cost cap or not, no idea. We will find out when we get there, I guess. Oh, Sonoda's inspection failed. We do have another underfloor though, so that's fine. But yeah, that's where we're going to be leaving it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.